welcome back to the show. This is Why Tiffany's So Talented Small Project Alert, and we're going to jump right into it. So this is me showing you the beautiful appliques and that they need to be a little more stiff. So what I'm going to do is glue them onto this orange mesh, and then I'm going to mimic one in the opposite direction to create the other side of this beautiful necklace that the dress gets. So that is the small project alert. We're making the necklace for the back of this dress, and it's going to be so pretty. Let's get into it. All right, so it is done. I got the ones on the strap done, the mimic of the other side. I made an accent with some ABs on top of a citrine. And I used the rest of this mesh over here to make them nice and stiff. I think it looks good. It's coming together. Now I need to finish embroidery style sewing this latch on for my hook, and I want to make sure that I get it in the right space. I don't know if you can really
using
see
them sporadically all over the dress. I need to take all of the pins out, as you can see, because I made sure to glue all of those things down before I left yesterday. Here's the example of what the scallops look like on the back, and I like it. I like it a lot. I did a sample of just a little, what's it called, accent for my back piece here. Priscilla said that we don't have any silicone, so to double up the layer of glue on these pieces, so I just glued it down to this plastic. And when I pull it off, it's extra coated. You see that? That way her sweat won't make the pieces look wonky. And I did the same to these open ones here, just because I want them to stay poked out like that. So we left off in the video with me showing you me sewing down this clip extender here. So what I'm going to do today is, let me peel this one off. This one is not connected. This one is connected, and I glued and hand sewn onto this piece for security. And this side is gonna connect just like this, but I'm going to, you see how I sewed that piece? Here's my little hook. I'm gonna sew that hook on the back of this piece here, right here, and then it will just hook in place. There we go. This side, it will just hook in place. You see I have my orange thread ready. Hook in place right there. Then I'll connect the two bottoms, and this is the option that I chose to use. So I ended up using that one that had the spiky kind of lotus look here as an accent on the front. But I think it's coming together pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna show you how I'm sewing on my hook that has magically disappeared. So I guess I will grab another one. And don't talk about my sweater. I took it out the dryer and my letters were kind of stuck to each other, and when I pulled them apart, hey, this is what happened. Yes, I'm pissed off about it because I absolutely love this cute little two-piece set, but what can you do? And today is Saturday, so I don't care. I can wear it to work Saturday. I'm not going anywhere important but here, and no one's here today, so it's good. No one's gonna see me. All right, so I'm picking the smallest hook that I can find. Let me show you. So it's like one of those corset looking hooks. All right, so this is the part of the show where I show you how I attach this little beautiful applique piece to the hook. As you can see here, I took off the leading stone, which was the size 40, and then I took off one of the top of the size 16s. That's so I can get my hook sewn in properly, and then we'll reglue those stones right back in place. There's that cough again. Here's our piece. Anyway, it's the back here, and we need this dot that's right here. This is the dot of the angle that I need my hook to sit at. So I'm gonna put my hook, let me double check on the dress and make sure that it's the right dot. Yes, where the stone is missing. So, see it? That's where it's going. Scoot it down just a tad. And then we're gonna come directly from under one of the stones on the back and push it through, and that is our anchor stitch with the knot. See it? Then we're gonna go back through in the same way we did it embroidery style on that strap over there. I literally just sewed my finger to the piece. Jeesh. All right, so let's try this again. See, I got the first stitch in, and we're just gonna continue to go in and out, wrapping this piece and securing the hook on the piece at the right angle so it lays perfect and exactly the way I want it to. That's one. Let's look at it. So I got one side nice and secure. I'm trying to pull it back. Maybe in the light you can see a little better. But I'm gonna do the other side. Let's do that. Get this side nice and secure. Because we don't want it to move once it's on there, because if it shifts, it kind of shifts the direction of the way it will lay on her back, and we don't want that. So I have it right in between those two pieces of black dots, and hopefully that is the proper angle that I need. If not, I think I might be able to adjust it with the way that I hang the pear to the bottom, but we shall see. And I'm doing it in this embroidery style, is what I like to call it, because I'm using regular thread. As you can see, there's a 99% chance any other time I'm doing a hook, I'm using a button thread in the varieties of colors, but we just don't happen to have a button thread in orange. Like I have one here in green, I have one in blue, I have one here in gray. You just saw a nude. I have one here in black. I even have one here in white, but we don't have like the bright colors like a purple and this pink. So I want to overstitch it, to be honest, just to make sure that it is as secure as I need it to be, because with the button thread, because it's so thick, I can just sew at the secure points, maybe 4 times on each side, and it'll be good. But because this thread is very thin, it's really sewing thread, I just want to give it a embroidery feel to make sure that it is secure. Alright, so here you go. That is, I don't know if you can see it, I'm trying to give it to you in different lights. Here where the camera is, I don't know. But that is the embroidery stitch. Here's what the back looks like. Very stitched up. Now I'm gonna tie my knot on this back side. See how that just popped? That is why I embroidered it 1,000 times, because I don't want it to pop off so easily. All right, so let's put it in the press. Let's see if it lines up the way it's supposed to. Whoa. Yep, look, perfect. It could go up, oh man, it could go up maybe a half an inch, but I would have to remove this and bring this one up. Let me measure the distance. Maybe I should have did that first, right? So it's 1 inch, and the top of this, yeah, is not exactly 1.5. Let me tack it and look at it from afar. Look, I'm so lazy. I should just redo the connector hook that's on this strap, but I want to see, and you're gonna see with me. All right, so from here, I definitely can see a difference. It's very tiny, very minute. Like I said, about a half of an inch up. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do it. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not gonna make a dilemma video because I just solved my own problem. I really just need to move this up a half an inch. Oh, this camera is looking nice and clear, so you can get a better look at my stitch. See that? I'm gonna have to undo all of that and scoot it up just a half an inch. But as far as this piece here, so you can see the back, and then you can see, well, that's the front, and then this is the back. Just very sporadic, but very secure. So let's seam rip all of this off and scoot it up. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I gotta, why didn't I measure? Why didn't I measure? Because I did this one before I did this one over here. Maybe if I just E6000 this one off and pull this one down, that might be a little easier than cutting all of these threads, because I glued it. You see how it was just stuck? I glued the threads together That's gonna be a little harder to get off. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna move this one over here down just a little bit. Yeah. Let's go. All right, so let's get this off. So I'm gonna use my pliers just to kind of lift up these little teeny tiny flames, these AB flames. I don't even need the pliers. So I'm gonna lift that. That's those three off. And then I'm just gonna kind of peel this off the strap. I want to use some acetone to get it off, but I don't want the layers of fabric that I used to lift. Oh, I forgot I did sew this piece too. No. But this one will be easier to cut what I sewed. Because I really only sewed it a few times. My center stone is coming out. Oh my gosh. There's a thread there. Let me pop that one. And on the back, there's a thread there. Oh, I'm struggling, y'all. I'm struggling not to grab this E6000. I mean, this acetone. I don't want to do that because it turns the glue white. And then I have to redo it, and I don't want to do that. All right, there's a thread here. Pop that one. And then there's another one where the knot is here on the top. Pop that one. All right. There we go. And it's off. Let me clean it up a bit. All right. So let's measure. Moving this down just a hair. All right, got my trusty dusty E6000. I'm gonna take the top off and glue it right on top. Place that center stone on both of them and the capstone at the top of that one. stones that were framing the bottom and add 3 to this side for that same little decorative feature, little accent feature. Maybe I'll add a fire opal to this center this time and just do 2 on the side and then the fire opal in the center. Let's see how that looks. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let me show you. You see, with the pear, with the fire opal flame as the centerpiece instead of the 3 in AB. I like it, but it is nice and even on both sides now. Thank you so much for watching this TED Talk, this Tiffany Talk. Nah, just kidding. All right, so now that I got that done, I need to figure out a way to connect these 2 so that I can hang this as an accent from it. So what I was thinking was, you see, where's my little pointer here? Do you see these 2 pieces? 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm thinking about taking those stones off of those 2, overlapping them together, and then then using a O loop on the pear so it can still move like how it's moving now, and then attaching it to those 2 empty spots, and then re-putting only 2 of the stones because the space won't be big enough for the 4 anymore. What do you think? We can do it. I should have done this whole little back piece on a small project alert, but I didn't think that it really needed its own video just because I didn't make these pieces. I only made this one here. So if I would have had to make all of these appliques, all that I use all over the dress, I would have definitely done it on a small project alert. But since I only made one, it's short. I might still do it. I don't know. We'll see. But let me show you what I'm about to do. So I already explained about taking the 2 pieces off, but I want to show you these O-hooks, O-rings. So what I think is I'm going to take the biggest one and add it to where this pin is, and then loop that into this connection here. So let's try it and see how that works. So I pick the stones off, and once it's done drying, I'm gonna finagle the hoop into that area. But I do have to wait until it's fully dried. So while we wait on that, I can add the hoop here with the stone and then just hang it back up and we'll wait. Right, so this is what it's looking like with the hoop on. The closure to the hoop is to the back for now. I'll probably glue it once I get it in its proper placement on here, just to make sure that it is secure. But I think that'll be a gorgeous alternative to me actually having to make a chain, because you see it comes with a back piece. Wow, that's gorgeous. I've been trying to cut down on my stoning times. My last dress was, I think, 36 hours. So my goal for this dress is going to be 30, or at least 32, at most 32. But I don't know. That's a lot of ombreing to do. So I put the ring in because it's dry. And what I'm gonna do is let me spin it just a bit.
All right, I'm just gonna add that on there, and it's gonna be like that, but closer because I have to close the ring. And then I'll add some more colorful accents to this little back piece, and this piece will be done. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right, so the back piece is done. I got all of these pins taken out. I still have to do cute little accents like I did on the necklace here, on these straps here. But for the most part, that part of it is done. It still wiggles, but I put some fire opals in there, and I think it looks good. Now on to the rest. Okay, quick pro tip for if you're trying to keep your appliques nice and popped out like this. What I like to do is use a pearl or some sort of bead under the application to pop it out. So basically you see the two here and then the other two here, and I just sewed them on and then glued the bottom of the application right there to the top of the bead, of course, and that will keep it nice and popped up. It just gives it an extra layer of dimension. And like I said, I did add some glue to the underside of these pieces to keep them stiff, because sometimes sweat can get in and make the pieces look a little wonky, and we don't want that at all. Just a quick little pro tip. I did my straps, did the necklace. I got my beads under to keep those appliques popped up. My beautiful necklace back here is done. It's not moving because I have it pinned down. Ooh. The locks are locking and doing whatever they want to do. And the rest of the detail, other than these pieces where I need to add the sun, is done too. So this dress is 95% done. So let me get into that, and then we'll do the final scenes. Thank you so much for coming to watch this not supposed to be existing small project alert, because I believe within this video and the main video of the dress, I said that I wasn't doing a small project alert quite a few times, but obviously content permitted me to do so. So here we are, and the dress came out gorgeously. My ombre came out gorgeous. The necklace in the back came out gorgeous. The straps came out gorgeous. I hope you caught the pro tip and you actually learned something about how I like to pop up my appliques, and everything is going to be amazing on the model. I can't wait to post the videos and pics of her. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down in the chat, or if you want to chat about your personal project, please send me an email to tiffanysotalented@gmail.com and we can talk about it. I do offer courses now, so again, leave me an email and check it out. So I was told that my last dress needs some dangles. This one here. So I'm making some here. Good morning. Just some back-to-backs with some fire opal flames at the tip, and all of the coordinating colors to the dress. And they're just gonna hang here and hang here. I would do a small project alert, but I don't want to. So there you have it. Might as well. So I have this Swarovski string that came from my Swarovski pearls that I'm gonna use to do my back-to-backs. So if you haven't seen a back-to-back video from me, you're finally gonna get one for this dress here. What I'm gonna do right now is just add a line of glue, not a line, but dots of glue on each one of these. Add my string and then add the top stone. All right, so what I did was just put the string in. We'll add a bead of glue to each dot, add the string in, and then put the other stone right on top to make a little sandwich. And that will be my back-to-back dangle. All right, so I am done with my dangles. Now I'm gonna let them dry. I made a fire opal one too for the centerpiece. I'm gonna let them dry and then I'll come back when it's time to attach them to the dress. Honestly, I am truly sorry about the angle that I'm filming this in, but what you can't see is me threading the needle with the rest of that Swarovski button thread that I made my dangles on. So you thread that through the needle and then you attach that to the bottom of the dress. So you see that nude part? I'm sewing that onto the edge of the dress and using my scissors to cut the rest of it off, tie it in a nice little knot, and then move on to the next one. I think they came out gorgeous. I still have to do more on this side, but as you see, the other side is done, just to give you an example of what it's going to look like. And again, I think it's amazing. Just make sure that you make all of your dangles in different lengths. So I believe I went 4 inches, 3.5, 3 inches, 2.5, and then down to a 4.5 inch in the center. So after you get all of the dangles in the configuration you want, I threw some extra little sparkle just to cover up the knot in the coordinating color and then up into the mesh. I think it's gorgeous. And lastly, you always want to do a stress test on your dangles after they're fully dry to make sure that when you pull them and the dancer spins around and flips and flops, that she gives it a good shake and they're not going to fall off.